This is going to be such a disaster. Welcome back to my channel and in my car. Most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you're one of them, consider to subscribe and hit the bell. Let's talk about this disaster. This is a huge disaster and say what I should say. It's a shame, man. It's a shame. Okay, so I'm gonna be sharing with you three different news and three different topics, each of them indicating how Meghan and Harry, they were being embarrassed. New revolution, new way of looking at things, new information. So let's read the first one. Are you ready? This is coming from the Queen, and this is also coming in the news very recently, I think few hours ago. A royal documentary claimed that Queen Elizabeth II was aware that following Prince Harry's marriage to Meghan Markle, relationships were crumbling around her, quote unquote. Again, the Queen, she knew that it was coming, that at one point this whole family will break apart. She was worried, I mean, not just as a queen only, but also as a family member. She did not like Meghan's inclusion into the royal family. She knew that at one point, if Harry could be that desperate to marry her, going against his brother's advice, going against his father's, the monarchy's advice, and marrying Meghan, then of course in the future the Queen understood that he would do exactly the same thing. He will repeat his behavior in order to please Meghan Markle, and that would the entire relationship to be crumbled. When I say entire relationship, I mean not only just between Meghan and Harry. We know that Duchess of Sausages and her husband Harry, they are not on good terms at all. They are now fighting. They are now having a lot of divisions, guys. I said this before, I'm going to be saying all the time, they're living under the same roof, but they're not sharing the same bed. Okay, I'm going to be maintaining that. The Queen, she predicted this was going to happen, and this is exactly what is happening right now. Royal author Katie Nicole claimed that the monarch was, quote, exhausted by her grandson's rift, saying, quote, she was exhausted by it all. She realized there was nothing more she could do to forge a reconciliation between William and Harry. Relationships, they tumbled big time, and this is what the Queen said, quote, according to a friend, privately the Queen confided that she was exhausted by the turmoil of their decision. She was very hurt and told me, quote, I don't know, I don't care, and I don't want to think about it anymore. I mean, at what level you can go with this relationship, that the Queen, who could actually deal with so many difficult situations, and she did. You know, one of you pointed out, she dealt with Nazi Hitler, Germany Hitler, but she could not deal with Meghan. You paint the picture. Says that person, Katie Nicole, said, so basically the Queen was giving up, that no, I cannot fix this person, this narcissist Meghan. Prince Harry Meghan Markle stepping down from the royal family dominated news during final years of the Queen's life. The couple announced their decision in 2020 and relocated to California. The Queen, while she was alive, she knew that this relationship, this marriage is going to break apart the other relationships too in the monarchy. Now, Meghan Harry responded to British media letter sent to King. If you remember, this is another news, another shame, another embarrassment, and I'm going to be telling you how this is such an embarrassment for Meghan Markle. So Meghan Markle, a few days ago, there was this report that said that Meghan wrote a letter to the King. That time he was Prince Charles, and in that letter she raised concern, quote unquote, concern about racism in the monarchy. A letter basically addressed, written by Meghan Markle, why she felt victim. Obviously, this is what she feels all the time. Let's read from here. Meghan, the wife of Britain's Prince Harry, criticized the British media on Saturday over reports that letters exchanged with King Charles played a part behind her decision not to attend his coronation, her latest confrontation with the press. Okay, so a few things I want to make mention of about this whole letter thing. Number one, in the past we have seen how British media giving bad press to Meghan Markle. She did not buzz. She did not comment anything about those reports. But now we are seeing that has changed. The news was published only a few days ago, as I said. Behold, Meghan immediately responded to that. The question is why? Why she did not say anything in the past? For example, the British media, they were publishing the news of Meghan being hypocritical, Meghan being this, Meghan being that, and she kept quiet. She did not say anything, any word. Even including the letter she sent to her father, the British media gave Meghan bad press, that you wanted the letter to be leaked and you're telling us, yeah, you did not know anything about this letter, that it will be published and that people will read about this. So they called Meghan out. The letter she sent to her father, she said, I want this to be private, but at the same time, when we read the content of the letter, it was obvious Meghan wanted that letter to be published, because that way she could pull at the heartstrings of people, saying that, yeah, I'm a very nice daughter, I'm kind towards my husband. Obviously she is not. But when the media reported about that, Meghan had no problem. She did not have any qualms. She did not say anything. But this time, why she is responding almost immediately? Well, you know why. Because she wants to get all the attention of the world only to herself. Because this is a coronation time. This is a high time. This is a big time for her to really attract more attention by commenting, by doing something, by making some announcement. And as I said, during the coronation, we might see her making this announcement that, yeah, I am pregnant, or that she, some of you have suggested she might come out and say, enough is enough, I'm done with Harry, I'm filing for divorce on the day of coronation, to make this whole event unsuccessful and to ruin it. The Daily Telegraph reported Meghan had written to the now king to express her concerns about unconscious bias in the royal family. It said the letter was sent following her 2021 comments in an interview with Oprah Winfrey that the family had raised concerns about how dark her son's skin would be. Now she's saying, well, the letter I sent to the king, I was not happy, and that is really not the reason why I'm not attending the coronation. The letter had nothing to do with me not attending the coronation. I mean, who cares? First of all, Meghan, this is my second point. Who cares if you're not attending the coronation? In fact, we are very, very happy that you are not coming. In a way, it is such a shame that we can see it right through Meghan how shameless she is. Now, there is another report coming. William and Kate turned their backs on Meghan and Harry. Kate and Prince William have turned their backs on Meghan and Prince Harry, as the divide between the couples shows no signs of closing. Despite this, the king had limited contact with his son, as he was too busy to see Harry during the Duke's last trip to UK. If you remember, Harry was in UK. He wanted to meet everybody possible and hug and kiss and create that lovey-dovey relationship after destroying everything, but nobody showed up. Nobody came to meet him. Meghan and Harry, they're realizing that, it is already too late. Even if we get along with the rest of the British royal family, Catherine, Princess of Wales, and Prince of Wales, they're not going to come and meet us ever again. And this is why this report is suggesting that it is over. It is over, and this Prince and Princess of Wales, this couple, they have actually turned their back for good. I don't think there is going to be any time ever in the future when we will see a reconciliation between Harry and his in-laws, unless Meghan is out. Unsurprisingly, Prince William and Kate were also unavailable to see Harry in March, when he flew to London for a hearing of a privacy case against Associated Newspapers Limited. Even during the coronation, I think the conversation will be very, very limited, because you do not know what Harry would be up to. He might even bring his own camera, a lot of stuff with him, record everything, film everything for his next project, whatever that means or whatever that is. But he cannot be trusted anymore, guys. Now, there is this last report that I want to share with you. Take a look at this video from Neil Sean.
This infamous picture of Prince Harry, which of course he decided to, shall we say, shift the blame over to William and Catherine. If you remember, he was blasted at that time for attending a party dressed in this particular uniform. And he addressed this topic in his book, basically saying that he rang Catherine and William to say, should he or shouldn't he wear it? Apparently they said, cleaning it up, go for it.
This is how Harry would always portray his brother, his sister-in-law, as the villain. Everything he does, he doesn't want to take any responsibility. He doesn't owe anybody. And so when he made a mistake, it is the fault of somebody else. Like, this is a typical narcissistic person who was influenced perhaps by Meghan. Of course, not perhaps, I should say. He definitely was influenced by Meghan Markle. He wasn't like this before. He was not so critical in the past. Harry was like, yeah, I just mean my own business. I do whatever I feel like, taking my virginity by older woman, I don't care. But he never ever spoke against his own brother, his own sister-in-law in the past. Recently he's doing that, and the reason for that is because, again, Meghan's narcissist characteristic is rubbing off on Harry and also his kids. Unfortunately, this is how they want to raise them up. We have seen the kids are being prevented from meeting their own relatives. I mean, these poor kids, they're growing up in a very toxic environment. Harry, when he was wearing that costume, Nazi Germany costume, it was his decision. I mean, this is a simple decision to make even for a 10 years, 12 years old kid. They would know this is not right. But for Harry, no, I did not know. I asked my brother and they said, yeah, go for it. Wear the Nazi costume. This dress is fine. No problem. I mean, this is how ridiculous he is making it all look like. I mean, he is such a shame. This person would not stop at anything. I do not know what else Meghan will feed him, but definitely he is not up to any good. Thank you guys for joining in, for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.